Hello and welcome to another update video about Litecoin. Let's talk about Litecoin. I can't actually remember when we made the last video. I can't remember if we had already our turning point here. We might have, because we had our dotted line here. And since then we have developed impulsive price action to the upside. Yeah. So at the moment it was correct to see the decline here, at least at the moment, as a corrective move. Yeah, this was not impulsive, it was corrective. Question is, was it really an A, B, C, or was it not much rather a wave W, an X wave, and a Y wave with rather a three-wave looking structure, right? And like an A, B, C here. Does it matter? Not really. So we don't really care about it. So what is more important is that we are probably continuing this uptrend. At least it seems like that at the moment. There are a couple of possibilities here that I'm exploring. Certainly at the moment I would say that against this low here, which is at 88.40, the focus can be on higher, because at the moment I would understand this as a wave 2 low. So obviously we've been tracking Litecoin now for a while. It has produced now a series of possible 1-2 setups starting back here in June, I believe. I need to zoom out actually to explain that. Had here a 1-2 setup with a leading diagonal in a wave 1. Often happens in a wave 1 towards the end of a long bear market. Then here a wave 2 to the downside. Here another 1-2 setup. This was an entry point. Here another, no, this was not a 1-2 setup, but we had here an entry point in the A wave. And this is basically the third, is it the third? Yeah, the third 1-2 setup in a row. 1-2, 1-2, and 1-2. And now the question is, are we now finally on track in this third wave? It looks like that at the moment. Price action does suggest it, but we now we have some important levels to watch. So I've got here on the 1 hour chart basically two scenarios I'm watching now. And they are valid as long as this swing low from the 13th of Feb is holding here at around 88.30. So I'm watching if we had something like the pattern that I'm observing for Bitcoin, Ethereum as well. So basically had a small 1-2 setup down here, 1-2, and that we then created all of this as a third. This here was must be, see, and that's where it gets difficult now. So this would have been a fourth and now a fifth. The problem is it's not really taking off yet. Yeah. So if I count this as the end of a fourth, it should really take off now, because if I draw the fibs, again, to draw the fibs for the fourth wave is we take the length of the third and we look at a maximum retracement normally of the 50% retracement. That's exactly where we are now. So it should move up from here. Pop, there's a green candle. No, it should really do it from here. If it doesn't, this is probably not a wave 4 anymore. Yeah. I'm observing that with interest. A small problem that we have is that we dropped out of to the downside of a trend line. If I draw a trend line here, I actually have 3 touch points. This broke. So I'm extremely skeptical about this count, I have to say that. Yeah, I'm extremely skeptical. So within this third wave here, we have 5 subwaves. I'm not going to put them all on the screen, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we should now rally in a fifth. However, the wave 4 was quite steep. Okay, not a big problem. What is a main problem is that we are really not getting off the 50% fib level here. We need to. If we don't, we're probably coming down in a deeper correction. So this is the main count, I would say, at the moment, but it's getting challenged and I'm getting skeptical about it. So not high confidence that we are starting to move up from here. If, however, we now break above $100.50, I think we have a good chance to rally in a fifth wave. And the target for the fifth wave of this move would be, I'm going to give you that target as well. We're talking here about the area between 105.20 and but that's the absolute minimum. That's actually not even enough, because we need to break above the wave 3 high. So maybe disregard that one. I think 109.35 is a key target here. The 61.8 extension, maybe even $116. That would be an extended target. Yeah, sort of in that range here. but we would really need to move now. So this is one scenario, and this would, by the way, only be, again, the first wave of that third wave. It's quite a bullish perspective. Now, the other perspective would be that we are already a little bit further ahead, actually. Can find a way to count this here as the third, this as the fourth down here, and then here as the fifth, so that this is already over and that we're already coming down in a wave 2 correction. Getting quite likely now because of this stronger decline here, and because basically we made a new low here, a very slightly new low, but we haven't broken the 50% level. But if we do, it's getting challenging here for a wave 2 scenario. So basically when we say we have 5 waves complete, I'm counting this all as a wave 1. We would then come down in a 2, and then it would go up to fill in the third wave afterwards. It would basically mean that we are a step further ahead compared to the previous scenario that I just showed you. But it's very simple. It's very simple because for that first scenario, we're basically now at the key decision point. You know, this decision point is always good to be traded, because if it drops below that level that I highlighted to you, it is getting unlikely it's still going to work out, and then we are probably in a wave 2, and then we have a clear entry point for that scenario as well, a trade setup, which would be here, between $92 and 97. If we drop below 92, then also this pattern has failed, and we are going to go down much lower, and we'll probably test the $88 level. But this is sort of the short-term view, but overall the uptrend is intact here. We're sort of following here, still pushing higher and higher, slowly but steadily. And as long as you are aware, if you entered at any one of those entry points, I mean, here, this one never became active. I'm actually taking it off, and this one also didn't, okay? But we had 3 solid setups here. So if you entered at any one of these, you can just gradually move up your stop loss below the last swing lows. That's where we are at the moment, So hopefully you liked the update about Litecoin. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.